Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Jennie Hendricks. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining me again today. We are going to do something a little bit different because my subscribers seriously are the smartest people possibly on the planet. My subscribers have asked some really good questions about the area. So, you know how it is, if one person has a question, probably someone else has the same question. I am going to answer those questions today. Welcome back. I'm Jennie Hendricks. Thanks for joining me. I'm excited that you're here. First of all, of course, if you like this information, make sure you are subscribed. Hit the notification bell. We drop new videos every single Thursday. And if you have a question, let me know. And we've been able to get some really great videos out from some subscriber questions. So anything you want to know about the Cedar City area, real estate, you just hit me with it and we'll get you a video. So what we wanted to do today is talk to you about some of the questions that we have been asked in the comments on the channel, because I think if one person has the question, there's probably a lot of people who have that same question. So let's dive in. The first question, I get asked this a lot. What are the winters like in Cedar City? I look at this through the lens of someone who really loves wintertime. So I have been accused of being maybe a little too enthusiastic about it, but I love the wintertime, and I love the wintertime in Cedar City. There's so much to do. There's a lot of stuff going on, but let me give you some information, and then you can be your own judge of what the winters are like in Cedar City. I usually start out by telling people we really do have a mild 4 seasons. We've got a distinct summer, winter, spring, and fall. Except for the days when we get all 4 seasons in the same day, which happens occasionally in those, shoulder months. The weather here in Cedar City does change. We average in the wintertime about 52 inches of snow annually. Now, it's usually, at least here in the valley, it's usually maybe 3 to 4 inches at a time, unless it's more. But I will tell you that our road crews are fantastic, and they get out and they get on it and they clear those roads. So I don't find it to be an issue. I like the snow, and we get multiple storms throughout those winter months. It does get cold, so bring a jacket. The average low temperature in January is about 17 degrees. That's going to be at nighttime, okay? During the day, it's going to get up into the 30s, 40s, even the 50s sometimes. So you will find that it gets cold, but it does warm up nicely. And one of the really nice things is, even if it's a little too cold for you here in Cedar City, you can head south in 40 minutes. You get to have all of the warm temperatures that you want. Now, we do get more of our snowfall in January, February, and March. So it starts kind of getting cold, in November into December. Usually December and January are colder. And then the snowfall is really going to mostly happen like January, February, and March. We get that beautiful Utah champagne powder. We've got the skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, all the great wintertime activities. Bring your jacket, bring your skis, come out to Cedar City in the wintertime. It is fabulous. Second question, speaking of snow. I have been asked about the Brian Head expansion. This is so cool. It's just, I'm so excited. This has so many really amazing possibilities. So it's just in the very beginning stages right now. And this is a development that's probably going to take 10 years, 20 years, to be fully realized. But they're talking about it and they're making plans. This is land that was purchased kind of on the northeast side of Brian Head. So what this is the resort, whose interest is obviously the skiing, and the developer, whose interest is obviously the real estate. They're kind of coming together and trying to create this really cool plan for what they're going to do in that area. They're calling it village infrastructure. So there's going to be housing, there's going to be shopping, there's going to be dining, all of the things that make a ski resort super fun. So you get done skiing and then there's some activities that will be available. So that is really, really exciting. A lot of the expansion is going to be on land that they already own or within the current permit area. So a lot of the land, of course, in this area is owned by the federal government, either the Forest Service or the BLM or, so forth. So of course, this is Forest Service land. If it's not privately owned by the resort, then they have a lease permit in place to expand their available terrain. So what this means is much of the expansion is already on their land or in the current permit area, but they do have plans to maybe go outside of that, and that will require additional permitting. And I will keep you posted on that. So what kind of terrain is going in? So if you've been to Brian Head, it's a great resort, great place to learn. I taught both of my kids how to ski at Brian Head, taught lots of people. It's just a fun little resort. This expansion is going to create some steep and extreme terrain. It's going to be great. There's also going to be some new beginner and intermediate terrain. I can't wait to see some really cool, steeper, more challenging terrain. It's going to be great for the resort. And in addition to that, just having more things to do up in the Brian Head area, I think it's just going to make the resort even better. It's going to make a lot more people want to be here, of course. And there's going to just be some great opportunity for some really cool things to do. Keep watching for that. We're just in the very, very beginning stages of talking about how to develop this. I will keep you posted. Question number 3. Can I buy a lot now and build later? Great question. Yes, you can. And actually, it's a really popular thing to do with people who are planning on moving here at some point in time in the future. The one caveat is we just make sure that you were buying in an area that didn't have any restrictive covenants in place that said you have to build, within a certain period of time after you buy the lot. It's uncommon to have that criteria here locally. But yes, if you find a lot that you wish to purchase, you can buy it now and hold on to it really until you're ready to move. Another thing that is actually gaining popularity is I've got a lot of clients who will actually purchase a home here, and maybe they're not moving here for a year or 2 years or 5 years, and we can rent it out for you. I've talked about, the housing shortage that is going on everywhere. There's a rental shortage in this area too. So if you wanted to purchase a lot and hold on to it and then build later, you can do that. If you wanted to purchase a home now, take advantage of low interest rates, current prices, we can rent it out for you, have someone else making your mortgage, get you a little cash flow, and then, transition into your full-time residence whenever you are ready to make that happen. So I can give you more information on that. It's actually becoming quite popular to do things like that. I love this question. Subscriber said, talk about the business expansion caused by the current growth locally. Stay tuned because we're going to do a whole entire video on this, and I'm going to bring in the director of the Economic Development Office in Cedar City. He's a great guy, and he works so hard to bring great businesses to the area, paying more than, the current median wage, trying to get those wages up. He's doing a fantastic job, and I'm going to tap him, and I'll bring you a video to talk about some of the really cool things that are going on. But let me just hit some highlights for you because there is some really good stuff happening. As far as employers go, Southern Utah University is one of the biggest employers. Intermountain Healthcare is one of our largest employers. And then you've got, sort of that second tier with things like Home Depot, the Levitt Group, Smith's Grocery Store. Several of the banks are on the list. We still have a lot of agriculture in the area, which I really, really love. It's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture, and it's really fun that we still have access to so much agricultural economic input into this area. We also have a very, very healthy manufacturing corridor. So we've got copper tubing, we've got a couple of plastic pipe manufacturers, paper manufacturer. There's really quite a diverse base of businesses in our local economy. And then of course there's just a lot of small employers, self-employed people, and remote work is gaining popularity. So I'm actually working with a lot of folks who are finding that they don't have to be in their office all the time. And there's a number of people who are moving to the area and are taking advantage of the fact that we've got fiber now, great internet access, and they're able to work remotely. Now, I want to talk to you about something that I think is so exciting, and it's so cool. Have you heard about the inland port? Okay, so everybody's heard of the supply chain issues, all the containers sitting off the coast, and there's just not enough equipment and manpower and so forth to get all of those goods into the marketplace. Utah is working on an inland port. So there's a main inland port in Salt Lake. The Utah Inland Port Authority said it was making progress in the ongoing supply chain crisis weeks after it announced partnerships with Union Pacific and others to expedite the shipping containers to Utah. Inland port helping to take some of that pressure off of the ports. And Cedar City has something called Port 15. Okay, so Port 15 has rail. It's right next to I-15, and it's right next to our regional airport. So we've got access to all of this great, inexpensive transportation. It is ramping up. There are conversations happening right now between Port 15, the Inland Port Authority, and trying to get these goods moved into the country and distributed appropriately, and try and take some of the pressure off of these supply chain issues that are happening. One of the things I think is so exciting about this is as this Port 15 develops, it's going to create many good new jobs for this area, and they're going to be very well paying jobs. Again, talking about getting that wage scale up, super opportunity for Cedar City and Iron County. Really looking forward to seeing how the Port 15 is going to expand into this area and really create some great opportunities and great futures for some folks. Water. Let's talk about water. Where does Cedar City get their city water from? And is it a reliable source if the city continues to grow? This is a great question. It's a question I get asked a lot, and it is a question that the city and the county are really in the process of dealing with right now. Most of our water comes from underground aquifers. That source at our current rate of consumption is insufficient to sustain the growth that we are experiencing. So in the last few years, Cedar City and Iron County have secured water rights northwest of us in the Hamlin Valley and the Wawa Valleys. That project is just in the beginning stages of getting that water here. So what happened was Cedar City was able to secure legally the rights to pull the water out of the aquifer that is in the Hamlin Valley and pipe it to Cedar City. Now that's going to add thousands of acre feet of water to our community and take the pressure off of our aquifers right now that are being mined, which means we're using more water out of the aquifer than is being replenished annually. Also, about 80%, 75 to 80% of our water usage here is agricultural. So in order to solve this problem, conversations are happening, not just with the city and not just with the county and not just with the developers And, but the ag people too have to be involved in that conversation. There's a lot of really innovative things happening in the world of agriculture as far as trying to save water, be more efficient with the water that they're using. The short answer, I guess, to that is we live in a desert. We always have to pay attention to water. It's a ongoing conversation, and one that the city council, the county commission, the developers, everybody who's sort of got a stake in this are working really hard to come to a solution that will work for everybody. These solutions will likely involve a combination of federal, state, and local resources, and also a sort of a combination of conservation and also developing new water sources and storage methods. Stay tuned. Water is a big deal, and I will make sure that you have all the information you need to be up on what is happening with water in the area. Question number 6. Is Cedar City cheaper than St. George? It can be, I guess, is the short answer there. It depends. It depends on what you're looking for. It depends on what you want. If you're talking about real estate, the general answer is yes. Cedar City, most of the time, is less expensive than St. George, with a few caveats. As prices have gone up everywhere, I think the disparity in the prices has gotten smaller between Cedar City and St. George. But I will tell you that I work with a number of folks who have sort of been priced out of the market in St. George, and so are coming into maybe the Cedar City area, maybe some of the areas between Cedar City and St. George, like Enterprise, and so forth. Generally speaking, I would say probably Cedar City is less expensive than St. George, but it really depends. And so if you have any specific questions about that, of course, let me know, and I can get you the answers to specifically what you're looking for. So I hope that it's been helpful to answer some of these questions. Please keep them coming. Please let me know if I can be a resource for you. I am Jennie Hendricks, and we'll see you soon.